Hey, there's something we need to get out of the way before we even start this series. There probably will be, some language at times that's a little uncomfortable for some. Hey, I'm not perfect. And I do tend to get a little bit vocal at times about some of these subjects, a little adamant or aggressive, however you want to say it. So if that type of language offends you or anything like that, hey, come here. Take your ass out of here. Now roll the intro. Okay, let's talk about some stuff that we've seen in the news or on social media. Social media, the thing that influences the world nowadays. And I'll leave the links to most of the articles, the news articles, in the description below, but not the social media stuff. And stick around to the end of the video, and I'll give you another way to deal with the coronavirus, in my opinion. Okay, let's talk about some of the articles that I found recently in the news and social media discussing about the coronavirus, the mask, how some countries have dealt with it. We'll go through these kind of quickly, one by one, but kind of quickly, and then we'll discuss them at the end. And then you can decide whether you think you should be wearing a mask or not. Okay, this comes from NBC News, one of their articles. It says coronavirus lockdowns could make a comeback as the U.S. struggles. Experts say a round of lockdowns may be the only way to keep an already dire situation from spiraling further out of control. You decide. Do you think that wearing a mask could help prevent these lockdowns, or do you think it's all just a hoax? Okay, the next one says, let's see, this comes from CNN. It says Florida elementary school class is under quarantine one day after reopening. Now, with that in mind, look, it's going to be hard to get children at any age, really, to wear the mask, do the social distancing, proper hygiene. So maybe, just maybe, we let them go back to school too early. But then again, how long do we leave them out of school? I mean, how long can it last where they aren't getting the education the way that it's needed? I do understand that online schooling does help, but some of these kids don't seem to focus as well when they're at their home environment. They don't feel like they have the responsibility to do it that way. Plus, what about, the parents being able to have daycare, not being able to go to work? These are all factors that we need to be thinking about. Okay, let's take a look at the next one, and we'll discuss it a little bit too. Next article is from the Washington Post, and it says, U.S. reports highest number of COVID-19 deaths in one day since mid-May. Now, some of these articles are a couple weeks old, so these numbers and dates and everything might not be spot on for when you're watching this or when it's released. We have one here from Reuters. It says, now this is, by the way, this is from August 9th. It says, New Zealand records 100 days without domestic virus case, but warns against complacency. And that's the point that I want to make, is that we get complacent. We've gotten to where we don't want to go out and we don't want to do this with the mask. We don't want to social distance because we're stubborn and we just don't think we need to do these things. And that may be true. But if other countries has made it to where they can go an extended amount of time without any real re-emerging of the virus and the cases and so on, couldn't we copy those ideas? Okay, with that in mind, give me 1 minute. We got to get the magic juice. There is nothing like a good cup of coffee. All right, let's go on. This next one is from the Mayo Clinic website, and it says COVID-19, how much protection do face masks offer? And if you look down at the bottom, it says, can face mask help slow the spread of the coronavirus that causes COVID-19? And it specifically says yes. Now, once again, how much of this is true? Now, I think that we shouldn't have a problem with wearing the mask. I understand it's a pain and it gets to be an issue and it's uncomfortable and so on. And we live in America and we have freedoms. We shouldn't have to do these things, and it's all political nonsense. And it may be. I'm all for the idea that it may be based off of politics and not science. But if it does keep us safe, even a little bit, shouldn't it be worth the hassle? Because, I mean, it's really just an uncomfortable situation. It's not harming us. For the most part, wearing a mask isn't harming us. Does it suck? Yes, it sucks. But if it keeps your loved ones safe, keeps your grandmother, your children, yourself safe, or somebody else's children or their loved ones safe, shouldn't we go ahead and do it? I'll leave that up to you to decide. Okay, the bonus that I was talking about towards the end of the video is another way to deal with this coronavirus and whether you need to wear the mask or not. But, you know, one of the things that we seem to forget is if we just eat healthy, build up our immune system, practice proper hygiene, practice social distancing, we won't have to face as much with this issue about wearing a mask or not. I think, in my opinion, yes, we should probably wear the mask, even if it's just a precaution. But I think more importantly, if we just build up our immune system by eating properly, being healthy, we'd be a lot better off, not just for the coronavirus, COVID, or whatever, but in general. So just keep that in mind. But as for me, because of my situation where I work at and what I do for a living and where I'm at, for the most part, yeah, I'm going to wear a mask. I don't like it, but I'm going to wear a mask. I'm hoping that I keep somebody safe, even if it's just myself. I'll let you decide, though. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll try to keep this series going. Thank you.